Welcome everybody. So in this exercise, which is the first for nucleotides and nucleic acids, we're looking at two of the three processes involved in kind of the replication and the transcription of DNA. We'll look at translation of DNA in our second exercise. And so when you are turning DNA into DNA, this process is called replication. And when you're doing replication, you are using your complementary base pairs, and so G becomes C, or vice versa. C becomes G, A becomes T, and T becomes A. And so GCA would become CGT. ATA would become TAT. TAC would become ATG. ATC would become TAG. And ATT would become TAA. And we can do that either from the 5' or the 3'. And so here I had a 5' strand. And again, the 5' or the 3' doesn't matter, except realize that the other strand is going to be the difference. And so the only reason I label those here is so that we will only do our second step, our transcription from the 5'. And so here I start off with the 3'. I'm still doing replication. And so I'm still going to do the same process. And so CGT becomes GCA, GCG becomes CGC, TCC becomes AGG, and TCA becomes AGT, TGT becomes ACA, or TCA, right? A becomes TGCTA, CCA becomes GGT, AAT becomes TTA, GGG becomes CCC, TTC becomes AAG. And so you can start to see, again, all you're doing is learning which other nitrogenous base is paired with which one that you currently have. The second step, where we are going from DNA to RNA, this is referred to as transcription. And again, you can transcribe from either strand. We're only going to go from the 5' strand. And so here, G still becomes C, C still becomes G, T still becomes A, but A now becomes U. So that is really the difference. Otherwise, you're going to see very similar results. And so GCA becomes CG, but instead of T, it becomes CGU. ATA becomes UAU. TAG becomes AUG. Here we have UAG and UAA. So these two strands are going to be almost identical, with the exception that the T's are now going to become U's. And so instead of GCA, I'm now going to have CGU. CGC is going to go GCG. AGG is going to be UGG. AGT is going to become UCA. AGU for TCA. And so we can do our last example. GGT becomes CCA. TTA becomes AAU. CCC becomes GGG. AAG becomes UUC. And TGT becomes ACA. And so Again, not the most difficult thing that we're doing, so take a little time, do the exercise. If you have questions, refer to this video, and as always, thank you for your time.